Steve Mignani here doing the junkyard crawl at Berniston Auto Wrecking. And if you've ever been to Roadkill Nights, that thing where in Pontiac, Michigan, Hot Rod Magazine, the guys at Roadkill shut down a piece of Woodward Avenue in street race right there in Pontiac, Michigan. That's done at a place called the M1 Concourse, which used to be the GMC truck and coach factory where this truck was built. This is an example of the F370 GMC truck. Now these were built between 1955 and 59. These were known as the GMC Blue Chip series. Over at Chevrolet, these were called the tradesmen, I believe they were. But anyway, this is an unusual one. It's a short nose, a stub nose. At Dodge, this would be called a low cab forward. But this actually came first. The Dodge LCF low cab forward arrived about 1960. This was going out of this style in 1960. So again, the stub nose allows this to have better driving and maneuverability in cities because it puts the center line of the axle closer to the cab, and you can actually make your way through alleys a lot better with this. But the one thing about this was designed during Bill Mitchell's reign as chief of styling at General Motors. And we can actually see Cadillac styling traits trickled all the way down from Cadillac to GMC trucks. The Dagmars, the inverted Dagmars, the cylindrical sort of rocket shapes, the arch that was very much like a Cadillac, the indentations here, almost marine growth or marine life-esque shapes here, the bustle hood, all of this very Cadillac-like. And it's amazing that, again, Bill Mitchell had the ability to influence styling from the top all the way, well, not down to GMC, but including GMC. Now, this is a pretty crazy truck. It's a six-wheeler, single axle in the back, but again, very useful. One of the beauty parts of the stub nose was the fact that you had full access to the engine. The fenders open like that, and you go right in there. And speaking of engines, that is a Pontiac V8. And we got to remember that when the 55 GMC Blue Chip and the Chevy Task Force design came out in 55, it was the first time that V8 gas engines were available in heavy-duty Chevy and GMC trucks. Now, while Chevrolet used the 265 V8, the small block, GMC used Oldsmobile and Pontiac V8s, including this one right here. Now, the Pontiac V8 launched in 1955. By this truck, 1958 or so, 59 maybe, it was in its fifth or so year of manufacture. This is a two-barrel carburetor. It's long gone now, but there it is, man. That's the first generation Pontiac V8. Well, ask Shane Richardson to go inside and peek at that specification tag in the dashboard. Bottom left corner says 336, right? That's the Pontiac 336 cubic inch engine. Well, in 1963, this same basic engine was installed in the Pontiac Tempest, the final year for the Tempest, with the swing axle in the back. Even had 326 logos on it. Well, check this out. It was 10 cubic inches too big because General Motors in 1963, 4 or 5, and through the 60s actually had a 330 cubic inch limit on all V8s, 327 Chevy, Olds 330, Pontiac 326. Well, in 63, the 336 is the engine that they used in the Tempest, although the emblem's read 10 cubes smaller. Now, how does that happen? Well, the 336 and the 326 have the same 3.75 inch bore, but the 336 has a 3.78 inch, or excuse me, the same 3.75 inch stroke. But the bore on the 336 is 3.78 inches, which is 60 thousandths bigger than the 326. So same basic engine, but used in the Tempest in 1963, 10 cubes too big. I won't tell anybody if you won't. Now this one is a 5-speed manual. It's just heavy-duty truck stuff inside. Now this is considered about a 5-ton truck. They got lots bigger than this. There were diesel-powered GMC trucks available, and of course the cab-overs, the Cracker Jacks, but this is a classic example, again, about a 1958 or so, GMC F370 Task Force Blue Chip, whatever you want to call it. But a great example. This one is so rusty, unfortunately, that there's probably no hope at all for it. But again, the styling on this thing, the way that these the cab form comes out like elbows or shoulders on the back of the cab. And this cab basically is shared with Chevy and GMC pickup trucks by the same period of time, 55 through 59. Now, 1960 would see an entirely new, the Apache family of design with a flat top and sort of a flat top kind of a design. But with that said, this is an oddball, and with the 336 Pontiac V8 in this thing, it harks back to the 1963 Tempest, where it was 10 cubes too big. GMC wasn't talking, and I'm not either. Now, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the Steve Maggs YouTube channel.